Today guys, we're comparing the Samsung S24 Ultra 5x 208 megapixel 8K zoom lens with the iPhone 15 Pro's 5x zoom lens with only 12 megapixels. And let's see how they both do compared to this guy. The Sony Fx3 with the Sigma 150mm to 600mm sports lens.
So you probably have seen how good the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra's 100x zoom capability is. But somehow there's a problem with it, and we will talk about this later. It is less expensive than the iPhone, and they are both a lot less expensive than the Sony Fx3 with the Sigma telelens. About 4 times less, which has a 36 times larger sensor, and bigger is better, right? So you would think they cannot be close to the quality of the Pro camera. Well, last year when I compared the Samsung S23 Ultra with my Sony Fx3, I and a lot of you boys and girls were quite surprised. So did they become even better now? We're going to compare sharpness, autofocus, the dynamic range, how much sunlight and shadow it can show at the same time, and stabilization, because you don't want the shaky photos and video. And in the end, a little sneak peek of the low light performance, of which I am making an entire video of. So now let's go out for this ABC test on this crazy windy day and see how the autofocus and stabilization performs. It was so crazy windy, I was afraid the tripod and the cameras would drop. All three, to my surprise, are excellent in autofocus. And B and C look more similar. This is with normal mode, not film or portrait video mode. Later we will get back to the most exciting result, 10x and 15x zoom. Comparing photos of the three, you see that camera A has a little bit more natural bokeh as you look at the branches behind Maria and Jack, our cat. Did you already guess? Camera B is the professional camera. So now using the portrait modes with the fakey bokeh, it's the other way around. C is more blurry, but also some of Maria's hair is cut off, which you can also see with the stem of the plant. With B, there's a part missing. Now let's look at sharpness and dynamic range. And don't forget, one phone has 12 megapixels and the other 50 megapixels. Can you tell which one has 4 times more megapixels? Do you see a big difference? I don't. Let me help you and me and zoom in 300% digitally. Now can you tell? It's difficult, right? Here's the dynamic range, looking at this beautiful evening sky. Camera B has more detail in the shadow parts and less blown out highlights. But now on to the most important test. Which of these phones gives you the best Michael Bay hero shot? No gimbals, no stabilizers or any help. Just the phone's handheld. Here's how I did it, just walking around my wife, trying to keep her stable in the shot. The previews are very different from the result. Camera B is clearly more stable and smooth. Before we go to, I think, the most exciting part, the 10x zoom and 15x zoom, the iPhone doesn't go further than 15x zoom, I need to show you a difference in color and interpretation of the phone's AI processing that has such a big effect on the final picture in this beautiful sunny outdoor shoot. Because while I think that 95% of the people could not tell them apart with neutral inside light, in warm golden hour sunlight, it's a completely different story that you need to know. Then the phones are two completely different beasts. And these pics are not edited, by the way. Camera A has these beautiful warm highlights in her hair that are not there in camera B. And camera B has a much cooler white balance. That makes this golden light look very uninspiring. Before we go on to the 10x and 50x zoom test, here's a little sneak peek of the street photography video and low light video that I made comparing the two phones. Which one do you prefer? Does B look better to you? Please subscribe to my channel so I can reach 1,000 subscribers. It's free to subscribe. So now let's get to, I think, the most exciting part of this test. The most extreme of what these lenses can do. 10 times and 50 times zoom. That's as far as the iPhone can go. Autofocus is fantastic on O. I cannot really pick a winner for that. Sharpness is best, I think, on camera B. But A and C are not bad. By now you probably can tell which is the pro camera, right? Camera C gives you a really smooth skin that some people like very much, which is all AI processing, of course. Color-wise, A and B are more similar now. Camera B is the clear winner here in every aspect. I think these phones are amazingly capable for portrait, video and photography, with, in my opinion, the upper hand to the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, which is camera A. Camera B is the Sony Fx3 and C the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It will still take time, if ever, before they will replace a pro camera for bird and wildlife photography though. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next one.